For almost 2 years, the steel curtain has been standing but not operating. But it is now finally reopened. How's it going, everyone? It's David here, and join me as I get back on this record-breaking roller coaster. So let's go on and try to have some fun. Good morning, Steel Curtain. It's so good to see you running again. Currently only a 20-minute wait, and the weather is looking pretty bleak today, so I'm hoping to get on this multiple times. And yeah, there's not much line right here. So it is currently 11:45, and this is where the end of the line is, almost to the bottom of the stairs.
There goes the probe, and it means you're rolling out the door.
There's the whistle, Billy.
The kick is up, and this one is underway. Here we go.
I am so happy to report that Steel Curtain is just as good as it was, maybe even a little better. I'll tell you what, this is such a plain fun ride. Not too aggressive, mind you, but it does have some intense moments, a lot of loops. It's the most in North America, and it's just an overall fun ride. I had 3 rides on this, and that is thanks to the low wait times I've had on this today. Twice in the back and once towards the front. When it comes to the ride experience itself, it is pretty much the same. I love going up the lift hill. It feels like you're much taller than you actually are, looking down on the river. You have the fake out Drachenfire-esque loop on the first drop. You get a little air on that. The banana roll is very nice and punchy. The sea serpent, very intense. Still, my favorite sequence on the ride is the airtime hill, dive loop, and Top Gun stall going over the midway and the lagoon. And then you hop up into a corkscrew. There is now a trim brake there, however, you don't feel it at all. You pull some G's going around the turn, into a cutback, and hopping up into the brakes. Steel Curtain is a crowd pleaser. It is very smooth. In fact, I would say it's even smoother than it was before. It has just the faintest rattle. And I remember in years past, in the back seat, the rattle was a bit more aggressive. Here, it is much more controlled. Such a smooth ride and a very re-rideable ride. It is a standout ride here for sure. It definitely complements Phantom's Revenge. Phantom is much more aggressive and focused on airtime. This is a lot more graceful, yet more intense and focuses on inversions. I think it's a great yin and yang. And I will say, compared to the old Steel Curtain, Operations, I would feel, are a bit more improved. The train is advancing into the station once the train ahead clears the station. Before, you used to have to wait until the one train was about a third up the lift hill, which definitely slowed down operations. And while on the ride, while you would still stack, you weren't waiting as long as I remembered. Now, I cannot contest to this, but there were people of certain physical characteristics that were being turned away. Almost every cycle, there was at least one person who had to get off the ride because they could not fit into the seat or the restraints. There is a test seat out front. If you are not sure, please make sure to go check on that. But even on the old steel curtain, I feel like it was a little bit more forgiving. This one feels a bit more tight, at least for me. I'm a pretty average guy. I had no problems. The seats and the restraints felt the same for me. What I also do like about the restraints is that once you dispatch, your restraint will not go down any further. It locks in place. Steel curtain, it is good to have you back. And we no longer have this big black and gold lawn ornament here in the middle of the park. Since this ride last operated, there are now an abundance of brand new supports and bracing. I've always viewed this ride as an erector set, and now even more so. This is to strengthen the structural integrity of the ride and hopefully have the ride running for many more years to come. For comparison, here is a new support, and this is an old support. The ride now sports a trim brake before the corkscrew. However, you really don't feel it when you are on the ride. With the steel curtain back open, the End Zone Cafe has also made a return. And that's gonna do it from the steel curtain here at Kennywood. Managed to get on this ride 5 times today. And a shout out to the crew who were really trying their best to get those trains going through. Didn't wait more than 20 minutes today. In fact, some of the times was less than 5 minutes, which was great. My final ride that I did here was in the front row, and I think if you're gonna do this ride once, definitely go for the front if the line isn't too long. You get the most unobstructed view, you get the wind in your face, great sense of speed, and I think every element in the front hits the best. But really, there's no bad seat on this ride. Front, middle, back, it's all good. If you haven't done so already, get out here to Kennywood and take a ride on the steel curtain. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more amusement park and Kennywood content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I'll see you next time.